What's good to the tribe? Today I'm coming at you today, not genealogy, but just want to talk about nature, about gardens, about planting stuff. Like we were talking about step 1.5. Thinking it's to find your tribe, but step 2, what is it? To live Indian ways. And this year, right now, is the time to get started. So I just want to know how many people out there are actually doing gardens this year, are starting gardens, are growing your own stuff. Like for me last year, it was crazy. Like I didn't know too much about gardening. My big bros, Anu and Opie Mihai, were trying to give me hints and trying to put it out there, but I think I killed everything. But this year is going to be a better year for me. And I want it to be a better year for you guys. So here, I'm going to just drop a couple things for beginner gardeners like myself that are trying to grow vegetables and fruits and different things like that on our own. Because remember, this is our land. We forgot how to mend the land. We forgot how to actually deal with it. We forgot about nature a long time ago. But we need to get back to it. Like we say, step number 2. Living Indian ways. Fair use. So let's go into some ways and some methods to garden. Different gardening methods and the pros and cons of each. So a lot of people I know grow inside first and then plant outside. But first, in-ground gardening. Pros, it's cost efficient, easy way to start, easy to change methods if needed. Cons, good soil is hard to come by. Weeds will be your #1 enemy. Slow to start in the spring since it's often muddy. Can be wasteful on water. And then they give you options. In-ground gardening possess one of the best ways to get started gardening. However, it can be one of the most challenging to maintain. Then you can also see aquaponic. It's the process of growing plants with the use of fish. So the fish waste will be broken down by bacteria, basically helping the plant out. The pros, conserves water, allows for soilless growing. Organic version of hydroponic grows 2 crops at once. Cons, can be expensive. Lots of space needed to house fish tank and plants, depending on fish food to feed the fish. And that would be crazy. Just to have a fish tank and then have vegetables on top of the fish tank. Hydroponic. The process of growing food using a nutrient solution. Hydroponics uses water-soluble nutrients to feed the plants right at the source. This leads to a fast growth and the ability to grow without soil. Pros, grow without soil, grow indoors, outdoors, fastest growing of any gardening method. All nutrients are 100% plant available. Cons, can be expensive setup. Indoor lightnings are pricey. You can see here, raised beds. Gardening beds made with wood, timbers, bricks, or mounds that elevate the soil higher than the original level. Our current choice, but we use it to combine with a few other methods. These methods often offers easily the best production. The pros, elevate the soil to dry it out faster, allows for better drainage, reduces strain on the back, and from reducing how far one must bend to weed plants and harvest. The cons: wood can be expensive. Once the beds are in and built, it is committed to keep them there. It says back to Eden. Wood chips. Placing 4 to 6 inch wood chips on the soil to cover the soil and act as protection for the soil bacteria, as well as retaining moisture and mulch weeds. Most often you can get wood chips for free just by contacting your local mulch tree company. They have to pay to throw out the wood chips. Crazy. Pros: retains moisture, amends soil over time, protects the soil from solar radiation. Cons: wood chips will take nitrogen from the soil if mixed into the soil, leaving plants without not deficiencies. Straw bale gardening. Planting in straw bales that have been conditioned to allow for the breaking down process to provide a growing medium for plants to grow in. Straw is used since it is cheaper than hay, and hay also loaded with weed seeds since it is used for animal feed. Many can also find free bales at the end of Thanksgiving and Halloween. So it's definitely a lot of methods out here. The pros of it: cheap gardening method for those who want raised bed gardens. Cons: dries out fast, takes a lot of time to break down the center of the bales, condition them. So there is something to grow in. Many farmers spray hay with weed killer. This can be harmful to consume and may even inhibit plant growth. We got core gardening. Number one method: use this in combination with raised beds to provide the most amazing growing conditions for our plants. It's a method adopted from the people of the sub-Sahara desert region, who uses Sahara grass in ditches they then cover with soil. So just got to figure out which one you want to use or which one you want to try. Or even if you want to make your garden a little bit better. It says pros: easy setup, retains water. Cons: take some of the water to charge the core initially. And then you have container garden, which everybody knows about container growing. Grows in pots is a great way to maximize space. Pros: small footprint. Cons: contains water up seeds and soil tends to dry faster. Vegetable gardening for beginners. Helps you to plant and grow your tastiest vegetables ever. Says picking the right location. Number one, plant in a sunny location. 2, plant in good soil. 3, plant in a stable environment. Choosing a plot size. Start small. We want these big, beautiful gardens, but we got to learn how to make them first. Vegetables that may yield more than one crop per season include, and just giving you some of the names. says plant all 11 rows. How to grow the best vegetables. Number 1, space your crops properly. 2, use high quality seeds. 3, water properly. Top 10 vegetables: tomatoes, zucchini, peppers, cabbage, bush beans, lettuce, beets, carrots, chard, radish, and marigolds. To discourage pests and add some color. Always says use an almanac garden planner. And that's mainly to find your planting zones and things like that for times of the year. So let's get this back and learn how to enjoy nature and enjoy our own foods and our own crops that we made. That way you can be proud of what you eat and know exactly what you're putting in your body. Let's get it. But now that we do got a couple hints here and there, we're gonna do better this year. We're gonna get the gardens done. We're gonna have our own gardens. And I want you guys to post your gardens too, especially if you're growing something. Show it. You have a YouTube channel. Everybody does. Show it. Let's see it. If you have comments, put in helpful comments. Or when it's right to grow this, or when it's right to grow that, or what you are growing. And we'll talk more on this. But I love you guys. Feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise up.